YouTube. Me and Autumn, we were working on the gem today. Aren't we, Autumn Beer? Autumn, are we going to fix the speedometer? Yeah, the speedometer doesn't work. So Autumn says we should fix it, and so we're going to dig into it. So this is a 2002 gem. They call it an E825, and I don't know why. That's why they call it that. Right, Autumn Beer? So the motor has been replaced in this. I believe this came with a 5 horse, and now it's got a 7.5 horse in it. I noticed when we were looking at this thing to buy it, the guy had no idea, but that is a new motor. So the speed controller is on the end, or speed sensor is on the end of the motor, and I just took the 2 screws out of it so I could get it off. Really small screws, takes a really small Torx, but we got them loose. Haven't pulled it off yet, so let's do that. Pulling it off. That's the sensor, and then there's supposed to be a magnet on there some way, somehow. I don't know how it come. Oh, there it is. Well, it's just sitting there. Ooh, it's hot. So it was just sitting there. Oh, I guess it engages something that goes round and round and round in here. I don't know that it was engaged to anything, just kind of sitting there. It's got gears on both sides. What the world? Let me get in out of the bright sun. Oh, TV's on. Alright, what in the world does this do? I wish I knew. So there's teeth on this thing, but they're not exposed. They were like molded in. I don't think this thing engages anything. Does it really just magnetize itself to the motor and it spins because it's magnetized to it? That's crazy. But maybe it's real. I don't know. Never had one of these apart. I'm going to kind of wipe that off. See what's up. So this has a digital gauge in it. It's a multi-function gauge. Speedometer and odometer is just one of the functions. Pretty dirty. So again, never have seen one of these before. I knew there was a magnet and a sensor. Really? Alright, gotta shut you down for a minute. Alright, I just cleaned it up and put it back in. It doesn't engage anything hard. It just kind of sits there, so. But I made it kind of sit there a little better. I don't know. Let's put it back on, see what happens. Hang on. Well, guys and girls, I took this thing down the street. Doesn't work still. Didn't, I guess, expect it to, but one step at a time, right? Pulled the connector apart, inspected the pins, all looks good. Made sure that it was engaging far enough. I believe it is. So I think that is that. Now, I'm going to do some research on this speed sensor and the magnet. I just don't understand how that works. The magnet doesn't engage anything. It just spins in there freely. So the motor's going to spin, and it's a steel shaft. The magnet doesn't adhere itself to that shaft with any force at all. So I think the thing's just spinning for fun. So let me do some digging. Let me do some looking online. See what that thing is supposed to do. You can buy OE equipment, $150 for a sensor and a magnet. But someone said you can get one for like a club car, golf cart, and it'll work as a kit for like 20 bucks. All right, we're digging in. Here we go. All right, on the Facebook, there's a forum for these early gems, 99 to 06 or something. And so I did just a quick search on there for these speed sensors or magnets or something, and found a conversation where someone was asking how to change the magnet because theirs was broken. And they said, well, all you have to do is take the Allen head bolt out and put your new one in and put the bolt back in. I'm like, cha-ching, no bolt. Guess what's wrong with mine? No bolt. Okay, so after running through a big box of miscellaneous metric bolts and things that I've carried my whole life, I realized it's a quarter 20, and it works. So that's the magnet. Here's a close-up. Those screws are all plastic in case they don't do anything. They don't mesh to anything. It's got a little bushing in there, as you can see. And I just cut this grade 8 quarter 20 off so it sticks out just a little because there's not a lot of threads in it. So let's go see the thing goes on. I'll have to just pause you for a minute and you'll have to take my word on it that it was easy to tighten up. Here we go. Okay, I tightened the bolt with a wrench, but of course the motor wants to turn, so I'm going to hit it with a impact. You just sit there on the tire, be quiet for a minute. This will fit in there. I think it'll just fit. Okay, I think that'll do. Let me put the sensor back on and take it for a test drive. All right, took it for a little test drive. It does not work yet. So I imagine that thing not being bolted in would just be flopping around in there for who knows how long. That it's probably shot. So I'll find that one that works from a club car, whatever it is, get it coming on Amazon, and we'll reconvene when it arrives. Here we go. All right, boys and girls, it's been a couple days. I ordered the speed sensor and magnet from Amazon on suggestions from the Gem Groups page on Facebook, and the parts are here. Thankfully, it came with a bolt to put the magnet on, although I don't think it's any different than the one that I made, but at least it's the correct one. And then it's got a couple mounting bolts. Might be a little easier to get to if these are the right size, or get at, because the other ones on the cart currently are Phillips, and these are looks like 5/16. So we'll see how that works. There's a sensor. Physically a lot smaller here than the one that's on it, but I compared it briefly, and the bolt holes seem to be in the correct spot. So let me give you a zoom in on the part number. Again, got it on Amazon. I think it's for like a club car or something, but you know, a motor's a motor. So anyway, there you go. Those are the two part numbers. I think one of them's for the magnet, one is for the, these guys here are for the sensor itself. So very anxious to get this in and see if we get a working speedometer and odometer. So let's get to it. All right, we'll pull those two Phillips screws out. As soon as I turn the wheels all the way to the left again, give me room. A little chilly out this morning, but it's going to be a beautiful day. It's Saturday. Let me get a right screw. All right, I forgot it was a baby Torx, and of course I put it away. So I've got it off now, and we'll see if we can get it unplugged. Maybe. So there's how big this one is. So I guess it's not going to make any difference. So magnet looks the same. And that bolt spacing seems to be okay. I know I rattled that magnet on with the impact because the motor will spin just using a wrench. So I'm sure it'll take a impact to get it off. There we go. Drive this car with a drill motor. Tried to move on me. Okay, let's go get the new one. Okay, got the new one. The bolt looks right. The thread are in there. Okay, it got tight before. I mean, the bolt bottomed out before it got tight. So I'm going to slide a washer in here. The new sensor looks to be very deep, so I don't think I'll have any clearance issues, but be careful because you could bust this bolt off very easy and you would have a hell of a time getting this bolt out. So it was a full thread before it got tight. I'm gonna use a lock washer, I think. All right, got a lock washer on it. Pretty sure this is what it needs. Okay, be very careful. Just barely room for this screw. Okay. Good. Okay, grab that new sensor and see if those bolts that came with it are the correct size. Gonna test fit the bolts first. Nope, the new ones are too big. The old ones should be fine. Yeah. Gonna need this mini Torx. Don't drop a screw, Glenn. I'm realizing something here. This magnet, I'm sure it needs to be within the sensor, but the magnet doesn't come out beyond the motor. I'm thinking that's the issue that I had in the first place. Let me take you off here. Let me pull this out. I'm gonna drop that screw. Everybody's gonna see it. See, that magnet is inside the motor. How is it gonna read anything? I That thing is super deep. I'm thinking what we have, because that's a replacement motor, I think this sensor would have been fine. I think that needs to be spaced out. I do. Let me work on that. Here's what I'm going to try, boys and girls. I went back to the old magnet, and we're going to go back to the original sensor and original magnet. I put a 5/16 nut over that 1/4 inch bolt and a 1/4 inch washer. So that should put that beyond the motor. I don't know why I didn't catch that yesterday, but I didn't. So as long as this clears and it doesn't bump into the end of that plastic sensor, should be okay. Alright. If it does, we take the washer off. We can come up with a different combination. Alright, let me put this on and we'll give it a shot. Alright, boys and girls, what I ended up with is 3 washers, and then I shortened a bolt, another bolt that I had, and I think this is going to do fine. Finger tight, and the magnet is tight. Let me rattle it on there, but boy, people, be careful. Alright, there's what we've got now. It's just out of the case. Okay. We'll put the sensor on to make sure it doesn't hit, doesn't teeter-totter here. Yeah, everything's good, fits good. Okay, so let me put this back on, see if we are successful. Yeah. Wasted a little money. I'm glad I didn't buy the $150 one, because I'm pretty sure this is going to work. And the whole issue is the magnet didn't sit out far enough, because it's had a motor replacement. The geometry is different. Alright, let's do this. Alright, we're going to jump in, see if she works. Find a key. Find a key. Okay. Check it out. 1. Yes. 2 in the gravel. Battery 100%. 2. That all I get is 2, 3. We'll pop out onto the cul-de-sac where it's not so rough. Look. My battery already says 99. I don't know what. 80 feet. 3. Steering wheel's in my way. 5. 6. 7. 8. I don't know that it's accurate, but it might be. What mode am I in here? I'm in turf mode. It works though. I'll figure out its accuracy, but I don't know if you can see it or not. The sun's kind of in a bad spot, and I couldn't tell. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I suppose. I guess over time I'll dial that in, figure it out. If it's not right, I don't know what you do. I know there's a couple different magnet ideas, but more I drive it, the more I'll know. But hey, we got it working. That's cool. Alright, let's go park. Well, boys and girls, we've got the speedometer working. We got both headlights working. We got the horn replaced. And I don't know that there's anything else this thing needs. I mean, there's probably some little stuff I'd like to do the seat. I don't have time for that right now, but yeah, she's pretty complete. Pretty, like, all working kind of deal. So, yeah, it's just fun. This is a fun little rig, guys. If you're thinking about getting one, get you one. I mean, what's worse that could happen? You'll sell it. If you don't make a bad deal when you buy it, you get all your money back out of it down the road. So that's the way I look at it. It's not really a cost as much as it is as a deferred investment. Maybe you don't make any money at it, but get your money back. And so we're doing some remodels at the house, and I have like 3 little shops that are all together at the back of our home property, and we're gonna get some remodeling done there. And I know I got a bunch of scrap metal out back, and I've got a guy starting day after tomorrow, clearing all that out, taking out an old awning and taking out a fence, rebuilding a fence, and we're gonna use this to throw all the scrap metal on. I'll take this to the scrap yard next week. So I'm gonna run this home and park it in the backyard, and I'll be without it for a few days. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching the videos. I appreciate it. We're coming down to 1 video a week. We're gonna just post Saturday morning 6 a.m. Just too busy with other things to do 2 videos a week for a little while, and then we'll get back at it as things slow down for me just a little bit. So do me a favor, watch another video or 2, and that'll help keep things sustainable while we take a little tiny break from doing 2 videos a week. And yeah, we're going on a vacation for a couple weeks and such, so would appreciate it. Guys, thanks again. Thumbs up on the way out. Comment on this video or any other video, because I check comments every single morning, and I'll certainly respond to you, each and every one of you, for any comment that you leave. We'll catch you on the next video. Bonus footage, boys and girls. Okay, I've been driving it, drove it home. Wife and I went to lunch in it, stuff, came back. The speedometer is reading half of what it should. So I'm wondering if the magnet that I just got, it says it's high speed, if it will read correctly. So let's swap the magnet. And I always got to turn the wheel to the left, and I always forget. So I can get the screwdriver in place. Full to the left. Got that little bitty Torx. I can fit it in here. One screw loose. I'll pop the bit out. Use the bit. Out. Need the impact for that 7/16. It's tight. Way to go. I think. done it twice, 3 times. Okay. I don't know why it's so tight now. Oh, because it's spaced out. Yeah. 3 washers, spacer. Ouch, they're hot. They're hot. Alright, 3 washers. New magnet. It does act a little differently with the magnet working. Come backing out of the driveway, it just always used to freewheel, but it like regens now. Okay, very careful, don't overdo it. Only a few threads engaged here. That's enough. Quit it. That's enough. Out of you. Okay, let's put her back together. One screw tight. Well, snug anyway. Come on, find the hole. There we go. Alright, it's test time. What'd you say? Test time. Well guys, same. Does not affect the speedometer. So I need to find out a part number for the other magnet. Spin the wheels there. Alright, well, I think we'll call this done and then check back for future videos, and I don't know how long it takes to get a correct magnet, but at least I know how fast I'm going because I can do that calculation. So, alright, catch you on the next video.